Hey everyone, welcome to the Theatre Nook, where you find everything theatrical. So today, I'm going to be talking about virtual talent shows. So being the teacher and the theatrical practitioner that I am, I love to come up with ideas for kids to perform, for young people to perform, for people to perform at home. So there are a number of things that you can do, and I've put them in a blog post at theatrenook.com, and these are some of the things that you might think about doing. So if you're a teacher or you are an organizer of a group, then maybe you want to put this together with the group that you look after. Your first bet, and it's the most typical, would be a song. Your students can prepare for a song. They can research a song that would suit their voice. They would practice it. Maybe they would source a backing track. They'd sing to it, and maybe you'd Zoom it live or in Hangouts or just as an audio, and they can send that in as part of a competition of some kind. Again, you could get the kids to perform a dance of their choice, so they can research their favorite genre of dance and they practice it, they rehearse to their own select music, and then they can perform that live in Zoom or Hangouts, or they can pre-record it and send that in as part of the competition or showcase. Now, another really good idea is showing your artistic output is by painting a picture, and that could be done live. So your students could have a canvas ready with their paints or their pastels, whatever tools they're working with. They've got a camera set up, they've got good lighting, so you might want to tell them about that, and then they've got a time. So maybe they get this done in 3 minutes and they showcase a really good picture that is wow. So that's the factor that they should be bringing into that particular performance. You can't go wrong with puppet shows. So if the kids or students or adults or whoever you're working with have got puppets at home, get them to rehearse a script. They can write their own script. They can source it from the internet. They can practice using one puppet. Maybe it's a monologue, or maybe it's a two-hand production with 2 puppets. It's even really cool to get people to make their own puppets out of socks. So if you're at home, you're in lockdown still, you can sew buttons on socks. There are some really easy but fun ways to make these puppets work or create these puppets for a performance. Check YouTube for some really good ideas. Here's a cool idea. How about decorating a cake? People are home, they've baked some cupcakes or so, and then they've got the baking decoration tools, and they can ice a beautiful cake in their own creative way. This is out of my realm. I've never iced a cake in my life, but this sounds like it could be worthwhile. A lot of young people, especially kids, will have jump rope at home, so they can get their skipping ropes and they can practice a really cool routine with some cool tricks and tips and showcase that. Make sure that maybe they've got it. An idea could be that they have a song that they perform to and that they do the tricks to. Make sure it's not too long, because 3.5 minutes is quite a long time just to watch a jump rope routine, unless it's excellent. So maybe you want to cut that off to about 1.5 minutes. Okay, I love this trick. It's where you're using cups to make pyramids and then quickly get rid of them again. So you might want to perform that over and over again. That could be one type of trick that a kid who is lacking some sort of talent might want to perform. Home stunts such as riding a scooter, jumping on a trampoline, and then going over to a hoop and dunking that, plus doing backflips. It's always good for a home stunt, but you might need someone to help film the kids or the students, whoever you're looking at. They need to do a good rehearsal and then actually upload and send that in. Miming is also a good idea, so the kids could research Marcel Marceau. They could perform a routine of their own, and a typical mime artistry is to open up a door, open up a fridge, walk downstairs, walk back upstairs. Another one is when you're in a box and you're trying to move out of the box and you can't because you're locked in. Another artistic idea is to have a person from the household sitting in front of you, in front of the camera with good lighting, where you face paint. The idea is to have a person paint a really elaborate, beautiful painting on top of the face. Could be like a really elaborate butterfly, or it actually could be a character from a storybook or from a play. If you're at home, trampolining tricks, just like the tricks, the bike or a scooter or things like that. Trampoline tricks, if you're very good, might go down a tree. Magic tricks, there are a lot of people who have little magic boxes at home. Maybe they've done tricks with cards or pulling things out of hats, or have the students research ideas how to make a good magic trick happen. But it's all in the performance, it's all in the sleight of hand, and let them be performers with their tricks rather than just showcasing tricks. There's more to performance than just showing tricks. Storytelling. Now, there are some people who have the gift of the gab with storytelling, and they tell them really, really well. So those people who love listening to stories, who love telling stories, can really hone this in. They can write their own stories or retell their own stories from their own history. That could be quite good. Or they can retell a contemporary story nowadays, even a ghost story. Making a soundscape out of pots and pans and anything in the household might go down a treat, might not, depending on who's around. A student could practice, rehearse, and make it sound really amazing. Remember to get them to think about filling up bottles with water and making musical instruments out of the bottles. That could be all part of the act. Lip syncing is always a good one too, where you're lip syncing to song, or even air guitar playing. That's even fun. If a person nails this, it looks as though they really are playing it and they get the kudos for being an amazing guitar player in a subconscious way. Maybe they want to make up a TikTok dance, short, sweet, to the point, and it could really, really work. It could also be a winner. They might want to recite a famous speech, such as something from Dr. Martin Luther King, be from Winston Churchill, anyone who's famous, Aristotle, who's given good speeches in their lifetime. Reinvent it, make it into a poem, or you could even parody it. Other ideas that I'm going to quickly go over are juggling, playing musical instruments, of course, citing out a monologue of some kind, 3 minutes max, improvisation of a story, so people can give them cards, give them a plot, give them a character name, give them a theme, and they've got to carry on with that story as is. That would be a really good class activity actually for Zoom. They could even teach a lesson. So if they're really good at something and they want to teach someone how to do something like paint a picture, then they take that lesson. That could be a good way to flip the classroom. Making a video, it takes a lot of work to edit, film, to act in and make this happen. It's a lot of work, but it can go really well for some students. Write a parody, sing a parody, act a parody. Making balloon animals. If you've got access to balloons at home, long skinny ones, you can make some fun animals. In conclusion, really the world's your oyster. As long as it's creative and the students can really go for it, you can't go wrong. You can set the boundaries for the students and limit it to maybe 5 different types of tricks or acts, or you could make it open. It's up to you. Good luck on your talent show journey, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Melanie H from thetheatrenook.com.